Pakistani counterpart Nawaz Sharif will be meeting in Ufa this morning on the sidelines of the SCO summit. For more on this, Siddhant Sibal, our correspondent from Ufa, joins us live. Siddhant, much anticipated meeting since yesterday. The sense that you are picking up, we've been constantly, in fact, interacting with you there. Spokesperson there categorically says that when India and Pakistan meet, there's plenty to talk, but we understand that terror is going to figure out as well when the two sides meet.
Well, Sakal, the beautiful city of Ufa is all geared up for the big bilateral between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister of Pakistan Nawaz Sharif. Let's first talk about the atmospherics here. There's a palpable excitement in the air, and just 2 or 3 days before the summits were to begin, the big BRICS and the SCO summit, a large contingent of Indian media already descended upon the city, and the world's eyes are on both the summits and of course the big bilateral happening here. And yesterday, the spokesperson of the MEA, Vikas Swarup, said that India has its red lines, and he said the fact that all issues will be on the table, which of course includes terrorism, because terrorism is the biggest concern in the subcontinent and around the world right now, and of course that has always been the concern. So we can expect to see India talking about terrorism in a big way also yesterday in the BRICS summit, and we do expect in the SCO summit also this will be a major topic, terrorism. And this meeting will start at around 9:45 a.m. Indian Standard Time, and at around 10:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, the Foreign Secretary will brief upon the things which were discussed and the important things which were pressed upon.
All right, the fact that the Lakhvi issue also featured yesterday when Prime Minister Modi had an interaction with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and do you think that is also going to come up when the two sides meet today? And not to forget the constant unprovoked aggression from across the border, Siddhant.
The bilateral meeting comes at a time when there is heightened tension in the subcontinent, and of course on Wednesday Prime Minister Narendra Modi met with his Chinese counterpart and raised this Lakhvi issue and told the Chinese about the Indian concerns. So this of course will be a major issue when the Indian and the Pakistani leadership meet today at around 9:45 Indian Standard Time. So we can expect terrorism in a big way coming up in the talks, and of course India will press on the issue of Lakhvi too. This is widely expected. Yesterday when the spokesperson Vikas Swarup talked with the media contingent here, he said that India has a red line, and
so Siddhant, you've already told us about that. If we were to talk about
India, of course, will raise issue.
All right, Siddhant, you've already told us about that, but if you were to talk, considering it's the first bilateral that's happening after May 2014, what are the outcomes that we're hoping for?
Priyanka, can you repeat the question? The outcomes of the bilaterals?
Yes, of course, the bilateral first, and then we'll come to the SCO.
The outcome of the bilateral, we'll get to know the outcome of the bilateral, this big bilateral between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister of Pakistan Nawaz Sharif by around 9:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, when the Foreign Secretary will brief the media, and all eyes will be on the Foreign Secretary's briefing. The outcome, in a sense, we expect terrorism to be in a big way the issue which Indian side will press upon.
All right, Siddhant, now let's come to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit and talk about the constructive role that's really going to play, and expectations from where India comes into this whole grouping.
Well, Priyanka, let's talking about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. As you have already told the viewers that the organization has Russia, China, and 4 Central Asian countries as its members. Now, today, when the summit starts at around 2 p.m. Indian Standard Time, the focus obviously will be on the fact that it will have 2 new members, India and Pakistan. So this organization will expand from North Asia way down into South Asia, that of course will make the organization bigger and of course add weight to this organization. Already this organization is known as the NATO of the East, and the focus of this organization is usually on the security issues like terrorism, and in a sense it will provide another platform for India to raise issues of global concerns such as terrorism. And this time around, this meeting, this summit has another major thing which is happening. That's the bilateral between Indian and the Pakistani leadership.
Okay.
The bilateral comes after a long time, after a year. This is second time both the leaders are meeting. Meeting in a formal manner, in a sense there is a bilateral happening. They of course met during the UN
Of course.
General Assembly meet and the SAARC summit, but there was no formal bilateral, no structured talk. So this is after a long time, after a year, the structured talks are happening. So that is why the SCO summit this time around is very, very important for
Okay.
everyone, and of course we in the subcontinent.
Okay, Siddhant, now there are a lot of groupings that are already there, like, you know, ASEAN, G20. Now, in that context, what really is the relevance of the SCO?
Priyanka, SCO basically is a security organization. It has Asian members, in a sense, 4 Central Asian countries, China, now India and Pakistan, China and India, and of course one of the rising countries, economic superpowers. This organization, of course, how it differs from other organizations such as ASEAN and G20, the focus of this organization is on security, issues like terrorism, issues, transnational issues like money laundering. While ASEAN, G20, of course, they talk about other issues like terrorism, but these are like economic groupings. But SCO is different because it's more of a security organization. That's why it's all known as the NATO of the East. So that is what makes SCO different from other organizations such as G20 or maybe ASEAN. So focus here on security
Okay.
and issues which affects the security around the region. And remember, this meeting, this SCO summit comes at a time when Russia, the host country, in a sense is like isolated from by the West over issues on Ukraine, and the summit provides an opportunity for the host country, that's Russia, to showcase itself. That it's not isolated, and especially the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. So, of course, the host country is trying to, in a sense, use the summit to say so. Both the BRICS summit and the SCO summit to make awareness about its concerns. Remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday talked about a major issue like sanctions. He said sanctions which don't have UN approval should not be put. It affects the global economic condition.
All right.
Siddhant, we're going to leave it there, but thanks so much for joining us. We'll obviously come back to you for more. Keep your eyes on all those developments for the day today.